Hey everybody, this is Jeff Brandes with a bonus race, race 5 from Churchill Downs on Saturday, Kentucky Derby Day. And we're going to take a look at the fifth race, which is a $100,000 optional claimer. And in this fifth race, on top, I like number 8, McCracken. Now, if you remember, McCracken at one point last year was the leading candidate to win the Kentucky Derby. He ran in the Kentucky Derby. He was jostled around. It was the only time in 5 races that he failed to win here at Churchill Downs. So if you're talking about a horse for a course, McCracken's the horse. Of course, of course. Now he'll be making his first start of the year since October the 17th when he ran third in the Grade 2 Fayette at Keeneland. But he's come off. He won at first asking in October of 16 as a 2-year-old. And he also won in February after a layoff from November at Tampa Bay Downs. So the layoff is not a concern for me today. We have him listed at 7-2 on the morning line. I think he'll be lucky to get 7-5, but they have him at 7-2 on the morning line. I'd jump all over him if I got anything close to that. He's by Ghost Sapper out of a Seeking the Gold mare. He's going to be trained by Ian Wilkes. Lifetime, he has 5 wins in 10 starts with a 2nd and 2/3. And the only time he finished out of the money was in the Travers and in the Kentucky Derby. I mean, this race, he should eat these guys up. You know, he'll be laying off the pace. He'll be closing. Brian Hernandez is back aboard again, and he's the one who's had success with him. And I see him winning it, going away, winning by at least a length in this race. I really don't see much that can go with him. The horse I have picked for second in this race is number 6, and the 6 horse is Behavioral Bias, who has 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a 1/3 in 9 lifetime starts. And here at Churchill, he's been out 3 times with a win and a 2nd. He's been out 2 times this year so far. In February, he finished 2nd by a neck at the Fairgrounds, and last out at Keeneland in the Grade 3 Commonwealth, he missed a whole shoot match by less than 2 lengths. So he has class, you know. I mean, that was, but he doesn't have the class that McCracken has, and he figures to close and be second base in this race. So far we have McCracken on top with Behavioral Bias as my second choice, and my third choice is number 5, Petrov. Petrov has been out at Churchill 1 time and does have a win. He's been out 2 times this year with a win. Last out in the Grade 1 Carter at Aqueduct, he finished up the track. He bobbled in the stretch. It was 4 wide. And he really never was in contention. Last out, the race before that at Oaklawn Park, he won a $50,000 optional claimer to start the year, to start his 4-year-old season. And Jose Ortiz will be getting aboard, and he has tactical speed. He's not necessarily going to go to the front, but he'll be right up there, you know, within 2 lengths at the start. So we have McCracken, Behavioral Bias, and Petrov. And rounding out the superfecta, I like number 1, CM Riepe, to round it out. He's 9-2 on the morning line. My knock on him is he's been out at Churchill 9 times and hasn't hit the board in those 9 races. But he does have 4 wins in 11 starts with the second and 2/3. So to pick up some pieces late and maybe round out a super or a try is not out of the question. And we're gonna go with those 4 horses in the order I gave him to you. So in the 5th race we have McCracken on top. That's number 8. Number 6, Behavioral Bias. Number 5, Petrov, and number 1, CM Reap. Now, what I would do in this race is the same I'm going to do in the Derby, only a little bit lighter. You know, maybe I'll bet 20 to win on McCracken, and I'll bet $2 exactas. I'll put McCracken on top of my other 3 horses, the 1, 5, and the 6. So I think it'll look 8 over 1, 5, 6 with the $20 win bet on McCracken. And that's my bonus play for the Kentucky Derby. I wish you all luck. You all know I like Audible, and this'll just keep you warm, because that race isn't going off until almost 7 o'clock, and they're gonna start running here at like 10 in the morning or something. Well, let me see. When's the first race go off? They're gonna have you here all day, that's for sure. I'm just checking to see what time the first race goes off. I gotta scroll this thing up. Hold on a second. I'm helping you out. First race is going off at 10:30. So and then there's 2 races after the Derby. So gosh, it's a long day if you stay for them all. You might want to just stay home, and if you having an off-track betting account, bet over there. Go to the track, watch the Derby, bet the rest of the races online, or a couple of the races bet at the track. You'll kill yourself if you stay there for the whole thing. So anyway, Jeff Brandes, wish you all the best on Derby Day, and have a great weekend. Good luck to you all. So long now.